won the toss. They're going to be kicking with the assistance of probably a little breeze heading towards right of screen, being the clubhouse end.
Light breeze, yeah. From the look of some of those set shots before the game, it's going to be pushing slightly to the right at either end. So interesting to see how the players adapt to that.
Number of changes for the Brisbane Lions after 5 players were called into the senior side for their game this weekend. And a whole new raft of top-ups, got half a dozen new ones as well. Some good young players in amongst a few interesting ins, including Luke McGuan for Brisbane, his first game in Brisbane colours. But we're going to get right into it. Umpire holds the ball aloft. It's the big ruckman Malone against Smith here at Casheezi Park. Neefle round 3. Ball into the turf. I'll give that one to Malone. Taps it down decisively. Lions pick up the ball. Immediately tackled. Well, I think we'll get a secondary bounce almost immediately here. Good pressure early. Again, a magnificent day for Neefle round 3 football.
Ball, umpire throws it up. Malone wins that comfortably. Couple of hands on it. Redlands win the first clearance. Goes into the path of Cleve Hughes. Handballs over the top to Zuffa. Zuffa on the trusty left, puts it to the top of the square. That might drift through. No, but it's taken beautifully by Matthew Thompson on the goal line, or is it? No, the goal umpire is signalling behind, so that is going to be the first score of the day to the Redland Bombers.
And again, Daniel Zuffa, best on ground last week in Redland's win over Ainsley down in the ACT. Almost pulling off a miracle goal early, as the Lions will bring the ball back into play. A lot of numbers here on the commentary side. The ball looks like that's an out of bounds on the full kick. It certainly is. Free kick to Redlands, and Passfield will take it. Season open, man, that's a precise kick. Good defence there by the Lions. Ball hits the deck now. Picked up by Pfeiffer into the goal square. It bounces. Has it bounced through? Absolutely. First blood goes to the Redland Bombers here. 1-1-7. Lions yet to score. Played a minute and a half here at Casheezi Park.
And that's his first goal for the club, I believe. All the players got around him just then. First game in Redland colours, so a bit of an advantageous bounce, but Redland dominating possession early. You feel like they deserved a goal of that first passage of play, so reward for effort. The Lions really need to get their hands on it. That first kick from Gardner was disappointing.
So a fresh start for the Redland Bombers. And again, it looks like Archie Smith might have his work cut out against a couple of giants here in Malone and Hunter for Redland.
Plenty of weight on Smith. It's going to be a tough day for him, I think.
Umpire balls it up. Smith does well to actually get it out now to Crisp. Shoots a handball out wide. It bounces kindly for the Lions player who hits his left foot. Looks for Maguire but beats him over the boundary line. There'll be a throw in between the wing and left half forward.
Umpire throws it in. Malone versus Smith again. Smith with the tap to no one in particular. Hayes, hands on it. Hayes trying to burst his way through. Tackled strongly by 2 Redland players, and the umpire will throw that one up in a similar position to where the ball just landed from the throw-in.
Andrew Scott and Craig Malone for Redland. You stay tackled when Malone tackles you. Smith over the back of Malone, wins the tap down. Lions get the handball out. Crisp couldn't get a handle on it. He's immediately set upon. Ball stuck underneath him. No, he taps it out. Redlands now pick up the ball. It's smothered. Howard had his handball smothered there. There will be another throw in a similar position. Plenty of heat on early, not just the 31 odd degrees here at Victoria Point. Nice throw in across half forward from the boundary umpire. Again, the ball falls to the Lions. Top up player in Radford kicks it inside 50. Juggling mark. Is that Jono Freeman? Takes it in the forward pocket. Only about 15 metres out on a tight angle. Again, Lions got their first hands to the ball there, Will.
Yeah, definitely. That's the first convincing clearance they've got. And Radford, with a couple of touches early, he'd be happy with his start to the game. I think Freeman will want to start this one almost to the right goal post.
So Freeman, close angle, he reads it nicely. He starts it right. It's stayed there though, Will. Has it gone through? Yeah, it certainly has. The goal umpire says yes. So the Lions get their first goal. 1-1-7 to Redland, and the Lions one straight goal. Here, with about 3.5 minutes played in the first term.
Well, it took the Lions about roughly 15 minutes to get their first goal last week, so better signs from them, and definitely better signs than round one. They only kicked 2 behinds in the first quarter, so they've been able to overcome that slow start.
So again, a lot of top-up players for the Lions this week. Young fellas getting their shot. You can see Darren Pfeiffer on the wing just in front of us here on the commentary side, the player from Port Adelaide, his first near-full game, already a goal on the board. Malone wins that in the ruck, ball hits the deck. Sondergeld tackles strongly there, ball held underneath him. There'll be a secondary bounce. No, the umpire will ping him for not releasing the ball, holding the ball, and Crisp will take the free kick for the Lions.
He spots Burke out wide. Burke, comfortable mark. Not much presenting ahead of him. He's just going to tread water for a moment. Bangs it long. 6 men in the contest. Smith goes up. No one's able to take a mark. Well, good defensive effort there. And Lovett works it out through a couple of handballs. Kick over the top to the advantage of number 18. That is Darren Stephen. Hands over the top. Redland work it out through the middle. Cars kicks out wide to Zuffa. Zuffa against Polkinghorn, two former Lions players. I should say current Lions player, Polkinghorn. And he was taken without it. So it's going to be advantage on the far side.
So the Lions bouncing the ball now freely. That's a good matchup with Polkinghorn and Zuffa. As Rains gets the ball, chips it towards the wing and finds a teammate. Again, all the numbers across the other side of the field. Lions now with Declan Warren. The movement is slow, but it's there, deliberately there from the big fella in Matt Maguire. Is on it. Nice kick, takes the mark. He sees a lead from Freeman, chips it in front of him, and that's a good stretch. Good mark there from Freeman, right on the 50-metre arc. Sees another lead. It's Luke McGuan. He honours that lead, kicks it. Oh, good contest. Ball hits the deck. Good defence there from Redlands, and Howard is away with the ball across half back.
Takes a bounce, puts it straight to Cass, who's had a couple of touches early. Hands over the top. This is going to be Smith. Smith works it out. Handball over the top. Salter, who was excellent last week, kicks it to a dangerous position, goes too much, and Burke is going to be able to mop that one up. Burke finds the top-up player in Edwards over the top. Edwards, left back flank, dummies one way, works it out, almost too much. Oh, Hunter can't take the mark, but the Redland Bombers are going to work this one out. That's a good kick inboard, and Brewer is going to take this one inside 50.
Brewer. Miss kick, looking for the lead of Zuffa, but it dribbles across half-back. Zuffa controls it, turns back onto his right, then onto his left, long towards the hot spot. There's going to be a big contest here. Nicely done by Burke, could have almost marked it. Ball hits the deck, he butters up again, picks it up, shoots out a handball to Warren. Warren tackled over the line. He will get a free kick. Was it a high contact?
High tackle, yeah.
So the young fella in Declan Warren. Well, it's an ill-directed kick. It's been intercepted by Blake Brewer for Redland, and he'll have a shot at goal from about 35 metres out, tight angle.
That's what you're going to expect from some of these top-up players. It's a different league for these guys. So 5 of the 7, I believe, 5 of the 8 are from under 17 Lions Academy. So playing against some much bigger boys they'll be used to.
So Brewer comes in from 35, keeps it low, and therefore the Lions' defence in Darcy Gardner is able to take the mark right on the goal line. The Redland coach wouldn't be happy about that.
That's another poor disposal by Gardner. McStay handballs it off. Kick out to Maguire. Maguire, too much for him, but he's able to double back. Works it forward. Couple of taps. Maguire taps it back to his advantage. Is he being held? Umpire says no. Good tackle on the wing position, and that's going to be a ball up.
Bit of experience there from Matt Maguire, just holding that ball up, waiting for a little bit of help. The cavalry arrive. So again, Redland only leading by the point. We've played nearly 10 minutes here in the first term. Near full TV, round 3. Redland versus the Lions as the Lions, through a chain of handballs, try to get it down towards half forward. It spills, so Redland have a chance at claiming. Still hotly contested on the outer wing. Ball stuck underneath a couple. Umpire should ball it up. Good tackle again from Howard. Toowoomba product, and the umpire will ball it up centre wing or on the outer side.
There's another good tackle by Smith. His athleticism has been noted before. Hunter wins the tap. It's a free kick to Hunter, they say, and it was against Smith. So Hunter will take this one on the wing position. Not much on offer. Just decides to send it long to the advantage of Zuffa, but Burke is able to chop that one off. Jordan Burke finds Conway back inside 50. He decides to switch it to Polkinghorn. Polkinghorn, not many options, decides to go to Gardner. And was he shoved? Should have been a free kick against Hughes, but Gardner works it out. Good kick inboard. This is Zach O'Brien. O'Brien doubles back. Scott Miller. And that's a good kick. Freeman nearly takes it. Chopped off. Over the top. Thompson. Handballs over the top. This is working well for the Bombers. Sondergeld. And that's a good kick to Hughes. And he'll take that. 5-goal bag last week for Cleve Hughes. 3 of which in the last quarter. But he's been presenting dangerously so far. And the Bombers would be happy with his output.
Absolutely, and the way they move the ball quickly when they do have the ball, they're putting enough pressure on the Lions players, and a great pass there from Sondergeld to spot up his man in Cleve Hughes.
Freeman's almost about to take that mark. He's taken a couple of strong contested marks so far. He only managed 2 behinds last week, so...
Again, that kick just not to his advantage side, so making it a contest.
Hughes comes in, tight angle, starts it right where he wants it, and he rode the wind to perfection. That is a lovely finish by Cleve Hughes. And that extends the Bombers' lead to 7 points midway through this first quarter.
Great kick from Cleve Hughes, showing his experience, vast experience in AFL from Richmond, also from Southport. But again, that is the scoring end of the ground. Still favoured slightly by the breeze, but better ball use at the moment in controlled situations by Redland. Again, a couple of those turnovers just hurting Brisbane on the way back.
And you can tell missing Cutler and Harwood off that half-back line is affecting them early.
They're missing that run. Umpire bangs it in. It's Hunter, decisive tap out, but Crisp gathers it for Brisbane. Picks it up, shoots out the handball. It's ill-directed. It was Passfield, gets the kick, handball on now. It's kicked inside 50, and Polkinghorne just basically ate that kick down his throat. It was lucky it just fell for him. Now that's Isaiah Edwards in the back pocket. He's got a lead out here, and Burke tries to get it over. Sondergeld, really good discipline, minding the mark, and smothers it. It'll be a throw in right half forward pocket.
Sondergeld did that beautifully. Not a massive guy is Sondergeld, but he managed to get a hand on it. There were open players on the wing. Ball comes in. Hunter, that's a wonderful tap out the back, but only as far as the Lions player. Crisp tackles him. Sondergeld handballs it up, and the Lions are able to work it out, but they're still under plenty of pressure. Is that holding the ball? And it is justified too. He was gang tackled. He had a brief opportunity, did Polkinghorne. But this is going to be Reece Estel to take the kick. He had 3 goals last week against Ainsley down in Canberra. And this shouldn't pose much of an issue for him. It's only 15 metres out, 45-degree angle. And like Hughes, he just pops that one through. So the Bombers extend their lead, and starting to look a bit uncomfortable for the Lions. I think in defence, things just aren't as structured as they'd like to be so far.
Again, you've got that mix of experience and youth, but the middle ground.
Definitely.
A lot of very, very young players, the top-up players. But Redland approaching the ball with purpose. When they do gather it, well, when the Lions do gather it, they're getting put under enormous pressure like they were there, and it resulted in a goal to Sondergeld. So it's a 13-point margin. We've played about 13 minutes of the first term here on Nearfield TV. Round 3 action. Michael Price and Will Ralston with you, calling all of the action from Victoria Point, Casheezi Park, the home ground of the Redland Bombers. Umpire balls it up. Big fella in Malone gets it down. Ball in dispute right in the centre circle, picked up by Crisp. Scrubby handball back, Reigns under pressure. Again, Redland putting the pressure on and getting the benefits. The ball spills to Cass. He's tackled. The ball stuck underneath him. The umpire will ball it up just forward of the centre circle.
So the ball bobbled around there, but we ended up where we started basically. Freeman to contest for the Lions, and he wins that one down nearly as far as Reigns. Was he taken high? No, he wasn't. Inside 50, and is that a mark? No. Just managed to get a hand on it. Handball over the top. This is Brad Reese. Reese, disciplined kick, but should have been intercepted. The Lions might just work this one out, but they're gang tackled once again. This full pressure has been immense. Hughes, curls it through. What a goal. Cleve Hughes. Sorry, it's Estel. I think I've gotten the boots mixed up.
They're both wearing the orange boots.
Yeah, both wearing those bright orange boots. So that's my first blunder of the day, but Estel, he curled that one around beautifully. So he's already on his way to matching his 3 goals from last week, if not exceeding it. Gee, that was a tight angle.
Beautifully constructed kick there. He knew exactly what he was doing, just placed it nicely on the boot to let it roll through. And again, Redlands putting that enormous pressure on the Lions, making them fumble, and when they do get the ball, it's clinical use as well. A lot of panic in the back line at the moment for the Brisbane Lions.
Yeah, a lot of inexperience back there. I think that's really what's killing them so far.
15 minutes gone, first term. Ball up, it's Malone, slaps it forward. Again picked up by Crisp, who's battling hard for the Lions in there. This handball's intercepted by Salter. Again, it gets out to the wing. Hughes, no, it's not Hughes, sorry. As he moved up there is number 37 in Tyler Jones, the North Mackay product. He chips it to half forward. Again, Redlands controlling the ball. Salter in the middle. Lions with the numbers back, but there's plenty of movement. Pfeiffer's on his own at half forward. Beautiful kick. Spotted him and just hit him 50 metres out. And with the slight breeze assistance, this should be his second goal in knee-full footy.
You think he's within range here? Should be about 55-metre kick.
Well, we'll see how he goes. That breeze a little fluky, as I say. It's only a slight edge towards the clubhouse end, which, change rooms end. He launches into it, or getting that extra distance. He had the distance, just not the accuracy. Just one behind results. So it's 4-2-26 to the Bombers, one straight goal, 6 to the Lions, 20 points. The margin with about 16 gone in the first term.
Kick out, long to the back flank, but that is easily intercepted by Lovett. Lovett, a few options to choose from. He puts it out into the path, and this will be Cleve Hughes. Very precise, like a laser they're hitting these inside 50s. It's very damaging, these entries. And what does Gary O'Donnell do from here?
Well, not a lot he can do when the ball's being delivered like that as far as a defensive effort goes. There's really nothing much a fullback can do. Good lead, good pass. Maybe just quarter time coming along and wanting to calm down a few of the players and get them to think their way through a little bit more calmly, perhaps.
Hughes to extend the margin to a dangerous 26 points. And he does that comfortably. You can tell he's kicked a few goals at this ground before, so that's his second. 2 for Hughes, 2 for Estill.
No, 1 for Estill.
1 for Estill.
1 for Pfeiffer.
1 for Pfeiffer.
1 for Soda.
We spoke before the match about the contest between Hughes and Burke, but it didn't look like Burke was on him there. Burke really having to shoulder the load in defence. He's trying to plug a few different holes.
Last week the Lions' defence was held up, as you say, with the run of Harwood off half-back, and Cutler has been promoted into the senior side, so a couple of losses there. But again, Redlands just being harder at the ball. When they get it, they're using it better. So it's a 32 plays 6, 26-point margin here. Ball up, ineffective tap from Smith. Crisp again battling, but Redlands will get the clearance. It's kicked towards half forward. Big pack flies, and that's a good mark from the experienced Luke McGuan, playing his first game in Lions colours. Kicks it out towards centre wing on the outer side. That's a good mark from Nick Hayes. Handball now to the run of Rains. Onto the right foot, chipping ball. And finds his teammate in Jordan Burke, who's made his way down to half forward. He wants to handball it to the runner. It's a long, Rains again, kicks towards full forward. Now good roving there on the right foot from the Lions player. Couldn't quite get it. Was that
Michael Close.
Michael Close it was. Haven't seen much of him so far today. And it's one behind for the Lions. Redland play on very quickly.
Redland work it out through Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer asked to play on. So he just sends it down the line, and that's going to work out well for Estill. Estill hemmed in. And that's good from the young Lions player, Blake Hartley, coming straight out of under-17s Lions Academy. We saw just then how McGuan floated back to take that defensive mark. It seems to be the move O'Donnell's made. Throw in, centre wing. Smith front position, but Hunter wins that easily. Rains bashes his own teammate out of the way. Warren tackled strongly by Hughes and holding the ball, another one. That's the third for the game. So this is going to be Zuffa taking the mark. Straight on his left boot, wheels around, puts it well to the advantage, once again, of this man, Cleve Hughes.
And there again is the experience. You've got all of the Redlands Lions players coming back into defence, but Hughes picking the mark, the fat side of the ground, Zuffa spotting that. And how do you beat that into defensive play, even if you've got Luke McGuan dropping back as the spare man there?
Not a lot the Lions could do there. Forced a turnover with a strong tackle, and Zuffa put it onto the chest of their leading goal scorer so far. Hughes. Opposite side of the ground, 40 metres, but he's pushed that one to the left. So that takes it out to 33 plays 7, 26-point lead. And I tell you what, the Lions won't want it to extend much further than that before quarter time.
What puts them under a lot of pressure is that Polkinghorne with a massive drop punt towards right half back. It's Freeman, flies, ball hits the deck. Pfeiffer now, that's a strong tackle. That is inspirational stuff from Luke McGuan. Pretty harsh, he carried it over the boundary line.
I thought he took that one over.
So Luke McGuan, again the defensive move made, as called by Will Ralston here on Neefle TV. McGuan long down the commentary wing. Hunter it was, he made his way forward and copped the one across the mush.
That one was
Archie
fair
Smith.
enough. I think that one was against Zach O'Brien actually, he was off the ball. Brewer, Sondergeld, towards full forward, and that was just touched by Hughes, so that's going to be a throw in right next to the boundary post.
Boy, they're moving the ball quickly when they get the opportunity, the Bombers.
Very clinical, the way they attack the inside 50. Throw in, Smith again, to the lone soldier in the ruck for the Lions. Ball bobbles around a few hands. Can't quite make out who's got that one there. Are they going to have a shot at go? No, the Lions are going to rush this one, it would seem. Somehow someone's ran away with it and they've decided it's a behind. So that is a rush behind. Polkinghorne, much shorter option this time, finds McGuan.
So McGuan in the back pocket for the Lions. Very scrappy defence from them, just getting over the boundary line for that behind, over the goal line for that behind. So McGuan to right half back, close in the contest. Couldn't quite grasp that ball. Handball's through, chipping ball comes up to Smith at half back. He takes a mark, barely the 15. He plays on now. Ball chipped forward to Andrew Rains. He wants to move it quickly, sees somebody running in the centre, finds him. It is Declan Warren. He turns, uses the right foot. It's just a little bit too long for the run there in Radford, who was open. Picked the ball up, was disposed of. Again, great tackling from Redland from Passfield. Umpire will call another ball up just in front of the Brisbane Lions goal, and that has been the difference so far, the tackling. I'd love to see the tackling stats compared between the two teams.
Somehow Radford got away with that one. Freeman wins it down, but the Bombers are able to work it out in defence. Brewer takes a bounce, rebound 50, handballs to Thompson, back to Brewer. Well worked out to Zufa. Could have taken that one, but Burke was just did enough to hassle him. Burke, defensive handball, trying to work it out with Rains, I think, and that one's going to be thrown in. Yeah, definitely the tackling pressure has been immense from the Bombers. It's really been the difference so far. McGuan's the only one that I've seen lay a really solid tackle for the Lions so far.
Wind seems to have picked up going towards the right of screen, the change room's end as well, as the Rucks go at it. Tap forward again for Redland. Sondergeld turns on a 5-cent piece, kicks it inside 50, and the Lions will be away. Now, there's nothing up forward here, so he's going to have to go for a chipping ball. Look, that was actually brilliantly done. And a good piece of run there by Gardner. Gardner, a scrubby kick, it bounces in front of the Redland player. He's claimed there by Matt Maguire. You're not going anywhere, sunshine. And there will be a ball up. Left half forward for the Lions, they're trailing by 27 points. We've played about 26 minutes here of the first term.
You could see Gardner's kick just before the wind has really picked up. Smith, handball over the top, ambitious, but it's been absolutely stolen. Thompson chips over the top. This is Hughes again. Sondergeld, poor handball, landed at his feet. That should be in the back, and it is. So when they lay a tackle, it's always not effective. Oh, and that's another poor handball. Brewer can't work it out. Was that in the back? No, he gets away with one. Brewer back to his feet. Thompson almost slid in, but gets away with another. This is Warren. Puts it right to the advantage of Hunter. Hunter bursts through the young Lions player. Close. Well done by Close. Works it to O'Brien. Handball over the top, and the Lions should be able to work this one out.
So it's on the outer wing now. Is that Nick Hayes having a bounce? He chips it into centre half forward. Close takes the mark. Had to stretch. Now he wants to wheel around. Not a lot of movement for him. So he decides to put it into the forward pocket, making the forward lead to him. And it was Freeman. Could have been held. He was, said the umpire. Had dropped the chest mark. But will get the free kick, probably about 25 metres out on a very tight angle, right forward pocket.
I think this will just about be the hardest kick on the ground today. Let's hope for the Lions' sake, right of screen is the scoring end, so we see a more competitive second term.
If we're looking for a comparison, you'd probably be looking at the old
Amy Stadium, yeah.
The right forward pocket there, very similar with the wind blowing across and in front of it. But Jono Freeman, local product from Aspley, taken as his own selection by the Lions, comes in. High ball drop. It holds up in the wind and it's pushed right, so a very difficult kick, as you called, Will. And Freeman kicks another behind for the Lions. Their first score since the 10-minute mark. So it's 1-2, 8 plays, 5-4, 34. With Redlands again, good use of the ball, bringing it back out from fullback.
Mark in the back pocket. Another chip over the top. Close. Oh, well done by Michael Close. He called before, he wasn't really sighted in the first half of this quarter, but he's been popping up a couple of times. Would have had maybe 5 touches in the last few minutes. So this kick is also going to be very difficult, but if he rides the wind, it's not impossible. He'll be kicking from about 48 metres out, very tight angle. Michael Close, Justin Leppert showed a lot of faith in him in the last 3 weeks, but he's been demoted this week, so he won a strong performance in front of goal. Looks all right, but he's going to push across the face, won't be a score. And that is going to be a boundary throw-in off hands.
Yeah, again, the wind pushing it right across the face of goal. Very difficult to kick goals from this end of the field. Left of screen here as the boundary umpire throws it in. Hunter taps it forward again. Oh, it's intercepted there by the Lions running through, chipping ball. O'Brien, it was, I think, kicked that goal. There's some mood applause around Victoria Park as the Lions get their second. So it's 2-2-14, plays 5-4-34, back to a 20-point margin. What have we played? About 27 minutes of the first term here at Victoria Park.
That fell into the lap of O'Brien and he's been asked to come off. But that's just the sort of goal you feel the Lions needed. They've had a few inside 50 entries in the latter ends of this quarter. They've had a few shots at goal. You feel like they just deserved a bit of reward for effort. So that's a good goal for them. Brings it to within a manageable 20 at quarter time. But still, they really wouldn't want to concede another. It's going to be Smith versus Hunter. Big Paul Hunter to his advantage. He wins that one down. In the centre, contested footy. Nearly a high tackle. Chippy little clearance for the Lions. But that's going to land in the hands of Howard. Back to Howard. He dishes off his second handball. They work it out down the wing. Salter. Nearly a mark to Hughes once again. The Lions are able to mop this one up and he spots Burke on the outer side.
So Burke, well, the ball bounces in front of him laconically, picks it up, shoots the handball back to Burke now. Ships it down the boundary line and it's Jack Crisp, the Lions captain, who takes it at left half back, right on the boundary line. Again, not a lot of movement for him. It will be a couple of players loose in the centre though, unmarked, and they'll be away here. Polkinghorn, he looks inboard, wants to see a runner. He's found one. It's Conway. Kicks it long inside 50. Close. He had the set and that was a well-weighted kick. Good call. Michael Close takes the mark. 25 metres out directly in front. Again, that's better transferring of the ball, Will.
Much better transferring of the ball. I don't know how Polkinghorn was able to find those 2 spare players in the middle there. We haven't really seen that today, but a lot more composed at the end of this quarter. The Lions just starting to make a game out of it. And that's going to be the last kick for the quarter for Michael Close. So he's taken that mark on the siren. Like we said, it was a beautiful kick by Conway, right to his advantage. The defender had no chance to stop that. Close, directly in front, 25 metres out. And he's missed that one. That is a disappointing miss for Michael Close. Like I was saying, he'd dearly love another chance at senior footy. But nevertheless, he brings it to within 19. And hopefully we might just have a game on our hands in this second quarter.
Well, again, if you were the Brisbane Lions coach in Gary O'Donnell, you would be thinking that that's not a bad result after the way Redland got out of the blocks and showed, well, basically monstered some of the younger blokes as well, moved the ball quickly, a lot of pressure, and only the 19 points when you're coming into a second term and you've got the advantage of that win. Not bad at all from Gary O'Donnell's men in the latter part of that first term. But again, Redlands moving the ball beautifully and putting a lot of pressure.
Redland burst out of the blocks last week as well, so it seems to be a bit of a recurring theme for this team. They 5-2 to Ainsley's 1-3. So Ainsley were able to work their way back into the contest. I believe they almost drew level. I think they were behind in the last quarter, actually.
Yep.
Redland.
Well, the first goal of the final quarter for Ainsley, and
That's
they
right.
hit the front. Local crowd went a bit nuts, and but that was about end of it. I think Redland kicked the last 6 goals of the match. But in wet conditions, you've got the total opposite here. Nice bit of wind, beautiful conditions for a game of footy here on Saturday afternoon, I can tell you.
Well, let's see how this scoring end pans out. What have you seen the ruck battle so far? I think Smith's held his own.
He has held his own so far. It's going to be a long day for him, though. You've got a monster in Hunter. He's 200 centimetres. And you've got Malone as well. He's a very, very big boy, 105 kilos. So here we are. We'll come back after a little break. This is Near Full TV, round 1, and it's the Redland Bombers leading by 19 points at quarter time, 5-4, 34 to 2-3, 15.